Okay, we'll just give everyone a moment to come in from the other workshops. How's everyone feeling today? Drop it in the chat how you're feeling. I want to know. One word. You describe your mood in one word. Read the room, see who we got here. Outstanding. Yes, Nicholas, outstanding. Tired, touche. Solid. I'm tired too, but we're going to get through this. No, okay, we need some coffee in this chat. Height. Me too, Kelly. It's great to see you again too, Nicholas. Thank you for joining. So for this. Yes, Tim, me too. Me too. We'll give it a couple more minutes. I know people are coming in from other places. Get this knowledge, guys. Get this knowledge. That's my hashtag for this panel. Get this knowledge. Feel free to use it on Instagram. Oh, wow. Thank you. Thank you. I hope you're equally as blessed and inspired from this panel, which I know you will be. Thank you for that. Okay, we'll wait one more minute before we dive in. Yes, we have an emoji feature here. So if you're feeling something, somebody is saying like, yes, go ahead and use those emojis at the bottom. You're really feeling inspired by what the panelists are sharing today. Pumped and ready. I practically need yeah, I love this. Okay, we'll go ahead and get started because I want to be mindful of the panelists' time. We have a lot of good stuff to cover today. So thank you so much for being here at this career panel. It's going to be such an incredible conversation that I too am so excited for. My name is Shari Holly. I'm the Director of Operations of Pipelines, which is a mobile app that connects underrepresented talent directly to job and training opportunities in tech, entertainment, and creative, and all of the wonderful magic in between. So I'm so happy to be here. Before I let the panelists introduce themselves, I just want to go over a couple of things. As you mentioned before, this panel is focused on how to break into this industry, resources that you can tap into. The panel is going to share a little bit of their stories, their experiences. So our hope is that when you leave this panel, that you feel a little more inspired and empowered to get into the wonderful world of entertainment, creative technology, tech, VR, AR, MR, all of that wonderful stuff that DreamlandXR has worked so hard to bring to you today. So really quick, after this panel, and I'll mention this again towards the end, we're going to have what's called smaller breakout sessions. So if you look to the left in your margin, you'll see an icon that says lounge with 3 little bodies. When this panel's over, you want to go there, find the person you'd like to connect with on this panel, and you can have direct and more intimate one-to-one conversation with these panelists. So if you have questions, want to pick their brain, just find out a little bit more about them, that is the perfect opportunity to do it. So again, there will not be a traditional Q&A at the end of this discussion, as we want to allow you a more intimate experience with the panelists. So cool, if you got it, put a thumbs up. So let's get into it. Let's introduce our panelists, just your name, your company, your title, and how you specifically, and your company specifically, supports entry-level or mid-level young talent. Let's start with Ashley.
Hi, guys. I'm Ashley from FaZe Clan. I am the senior recruiter there. And if you guys don't know about FaZe, we are actually one of the #1 esports companies in the world. So not only do we have talent, we have the other side, the other corporate side, which is still super fun if you aren't into gaming. And we are getting ready to launch an internship program, and we definitely have entry-level roles. So, and thanks for tuning in, guys.
Thanks so much, Ashley. Let's pop it over to Kelly.
Hi, everyone. My name is Kelly Vaught. I'm coming to you from Los Angeles, California. I run and operate a marketing firm called Becore. We're an experiential marketing agency, but as such, we implement and deploy all kinds of technology in our event space. We utilize young people, interns and above all the time big believers in letting people learn this thing from the ground up. And then our company is comprised of almost exclusively everybody started out at some entry-level position. I'm a partner in this company, one of the owners, and started out answering the phones part-time. And many in our company have followed the similar arc. And so we're excited, and I'm happy to be here to help share with the next generation opportunities and how to enter the workforce and explore the wonderful world of opportunity that's behind what we think we see on the front. There's so much more even behind the scenes, and I'm anxious to share with you.
Thank you so much. Dustin, you're up.
Hello, everybody. I'm also based in Los Angeles. My name is Dustin Callif, and I'm the president at a company called Tool of North America, and we are in the advertising industry. So we work with every brand you can imagine, from Google to Ford to Nike, to small up-and-coming brands, and we do everything from shooting content. I dare to say we actually make TV commercials, which many of you may skip past, but we actually make some of the Super Bowl spots that you see. I founded the Experience Group, where we leverage technology to create new forms of interaction with consumers, between brands and consumers. So we use everything from artificial intelligence to AR to VR to WebGL. We leverage everything you can possibly imagine to create new forms of advertising. So as far as how we work with kind of new talent, we have an internship program, which has been really successful, particularly on the technology side. We've had some great young developers who joined the team. We have a new mentorship program, which we're trying to get going. And we also represent directors. So if there's any creatives on here who are getting into the filmmaking world, we also are looking for the next generation of filmmakers. And that's something we're always trying to use our platform to help with.
Awesome. Thank you, Dustin. Kat.
Yeah. Hello, what's up, all? Happy Friday, Junior. I'm Kat. I recently actually left my last role, which I'll tell you about as well, to start a company to support entrepreneurs globally and also job seekers. And I'm super passionate about working with women and immigrants. So all in the holistic, mindful space and self-care, which we need the most these days. But my previous role, I was running the largest virtual incubator in Los Angeles. I've seen thousands of pitch decks for entrepreneurs, connecting them to free mentors, amazing humans, and just good people, because the playing field in technology is not equal. And we all know we need to bring more incredible women and people of color into the space. And I've just been blessed enough to work with entrepreneurs from all over the world. And so if anyone wants to go that route, we have at Bixel Exchange, which you'll see on there, there's an incredible internship opportunity specifically for underrepresented, under-resourced community college students. If you're jumping into technology or just interested in internships at different startups, that's an amazing resource too. So, welcome. Thanks all.
Thank you so much, Kat. And last but not least, Francis.
Hey. My name is Francis Roberts. I am the head of creator partnerships at Snapchat. And I think that, there's obviously a lot of ways that we kind of think about and fit in the way of entertainment. At the end of the day, Snapchat is like an engineering company, but also a content platform, but also, a place that has sales and marketing arms and things like that. So I think there's definitely opportunities in terms of people who want to come and work at Snapchat. But also where I really focus on is, in growing the creator ecosystem on Snapchat and thinking about how we get more people thinking about, the business of actually creating content and how we can actually use our platform and help them monetize that. And so I think that there are tons of opportunities on that front as well. And that's where I spend a lot of my time and attention.
Amazing. See, I told you this panel was dope. Okay, so let's jump into the conversation really quickly. And I want to start off kind of with some things, because I do a ton of work with, high school, college, freelancers, everyone in between, just young creators or young talent in general. And what comes up is just this experience versus skill thing. So when you're looking at hiring the next generation of talent, are you more focused on how much experience they have, or does personality and skill really matter? Because I think they're kind of this thing, if I don't have a lot of experience, I'm just not even going to bother with it. But I don't think they know the power of personality and skill. So I just want to talk about that for a minute. How important is experience versus personality?
I would love to take that. I think, working in entertainment and now in the startup, I've always kept the same thing is, you know, we want to see that energy. We want to see that you want to work there. And I have a great example because I just offered someone a position and I've never seen so much energy out of this person before. And they were hyped about the brand. The whole team was excited. And, you know, I think everyone just genuinely wants to work with him. Yes, they can get the job done, but at the end of the day, the personality and the fit, we want to see that, because that's what I always say. You spend 40 hours a week with your coworkers, you better like everybody. So I think that's a huge, huge part. I think that 75 to 80% of the hire is going to be based off of whether, you know, you fit in with the department and you have that energy and kind of that passion for what you do. So
I would add, Shari, that resume. So people say this, like, what do I include in my resume? More often than not, we're just discounting. So like, put that on. If you're taking some online courses, put that on. We just want to know like what Ashley said. Most hiring managers, my last education tech role prior to Bixel, I met with 300 plus hiring managers in the product design and development space. And every single one of them, I'd always ask, what do you look for when you're hiring? And as Ashley mentioned, it's, do I like this person? Do I want to see that myself working with them every single day? And then also, you know, your energy and your attitude, are they coachable versus the experience? The experience, if I can you, if you got this, be a team player, it's a young talent, but and just show. Okay.
Yeah. I should say, attitude over aptitude. I can teach you to have a good at. I'm not formally program. I take something. Surprised at how many brands say, "Hey, you know, we need a social media manager." It's only been really hard. Someone who just situations yet, and into that they're applying gaming or demonstrate that you life and all. So if I know and others, then I know that they're going to have navigable to the corporate life is changing sets fluid and if you're looking there and you're going to work for those jobs. I kind of don't outside that energy, that love in your community.
Yeah, my next question is working with, and my purpose is so if should you be for free and when you and then it's successful and it's not pursuing.
I'm in the advertising industry, so that includes technology. You know, hire take some sort of if you're going to be agree. You know, that can mean spec project. You take the time to do internships. So necessarily wrong education things being equal with the person with, but the what some people were saying when they're talking about spec projects, I will look at the, you know, and I like to see these. Personally, like be able to go and be exposed to a story and American dream. And that's not really my, because like I kind of like even now, right? Like so like I'm very specific in presentations or do something like ability to use when you're like, hey, and then I was saying you things seem totally like, can you actually like be strategic? That's like, oh wait, so what are the skills that figure out how you tell today? Oh, and like is about story, tell your story. Are you like crazy that when I'm go together, the level conversation
your degree.
Yes, I think when we literally like Excel and from your resume, kind of talk, how are you branding yourself? No, and I want to focus on figuring out. We have to know your with that. Of to do that, things they should be thinking about. Start.
If I may, the things I and to be true to yourself. It's not going to be because you think it's going to get you one. And a job or to nourish, contributing to it, and feel valued and what matters. Worry so much as being at what you want to do. Hirer knows what to be comfortable, and the rest can be much about. I think you can get a foundation that needs a soft comfort. Yes, your brand of who you are, self values. That's what it.
Look, so it's social media. Yeah, that's professional. My talent, and they're like updated is out. They have one. Like one important.
From comments, so online portal world, another platform. Half my day on LinkedIn open and you have to at least start up. It's not. So I think it's like to odds and averages to look for people, and those keywords are what are going to stand out when.
And really quickly before the next person responds, also too, I want to just throw Instagram, mainly Instagram, Instagram and other social media platforms in there too, because as a creative, times have changed. And I feel like in some industries or some paths, Instagram is a lot more, useful for leveraging your craft than LinkedIn, or maybe it's not. And so I'm just interested to hear each of you guys' perspective. Thank you, Ashley. Like Ashley says, she relies on LinkedIn, and I would just like to see if the other industries are relying on LinkedIn, or are you searching Instagram for creatives? Like, is that a viable source where they should be leveraging their craft?
Shari, I would add that it is acceptable to stalk people in this world. And so we're going to Google your name and we're going to look at your videos, we're going to look at social media, we're going to look at your LinkedIn. So your digital footprint matters, right? And I recently did a workshop and talked about, you know, where you start on the job hunt. I love, love, love how Kelly said, you have to start with you. You have to recognize what values you care about, what kind of team you want to work with. Like, this is an inward search that starts with you about who you are, what you're about, what you're passionate about. I've been working in tech for 10 years. There's so many jobs. If you're passionate about kids and parents, if you're passionate about music, if you're passionate about sports, if you're passionate about, there are literally startup companies on builtinla.com if you're in LA, and check out all the different types of industries there are just in the startup and tech space. And then you can even search for perks. Like if you care about, you know, if you're a mom or a dad and you care about flexibility with your kids or whatever kind of the things you value, you can look for those things in your job hunt. But as your footprint, one big thing that I always tell people on your resume and on your LinkedIn, it's cool to look at experience. It's cool to look at what you've done, but I want to know, what do you want, right? Like, what is your profile? I think of it like a dating profile, right? Because this is all about marriage and a match, and y'all need to court each other and make sure it's a good fit. But if you had a dating profile on your LinkedIn, right? Like, what are you looking for? You're never gonna get what you don't ask for. So if you want to work for FaZe, you know, like the best, I don't know, Nike in their UX department and do like design their next sneaker, put that on your LinkedIn and say that's what you're working towards, because you might find people to come across and say, hey, I know this person and I just want to introduce you and you guys should just talk and see what are next steps if you don't have the experience now to get along that pathway. So it's really putting out your passions and putting where you want to go and what, you know, people don't dream big enough for me on the young side. So I'm just like, go big and put that up there, and the things will follow in terms of people that will support you in that.
Yes, I love it. I'm giving snaps to everything. I just get this knowledge. Hashtag get this knowledge, guys.
You know, one thing I was going to add too, which is kind of like a small tactical thing, is just because we're talking about creative and tech positions, include your portfolio in your LinkedIn. I cannot tell you how often I see someone and they don't include their portfolio, and then people have to go search for it on Google, or it's password protected or whatever it is. Like, we can't, for these positions, to see a designer or to see a technologist, it's not enough just to see a list of your responsibilities. Like, your work is what we're looking at. And that can be student work, it can be whatever projects you've done, but make sure to include that. It really makes our process and our evaluation process that much easier.
I can't stress like enough what Dustin said. I think it's a complete 180 from going into entertainment into more of like the startup tech. But if we're a graphic designer, I won't even look at your resume and look at a portfolio. Honestly, hiring managers don't even want me to send them point. Dustin.
I was too like eliminate friction to you, and like imagine a screenshot of you scan it and like, this is actually my, like how different that you think about, like empathize of like this really super busy, right? Like where I like really like today, I happening was that, oh shoot, like this is off dude, like to make sure they're easy for them.
Yes. I swear, we should do like, but anyway, reading my mind to this industry. Great point. The industry. So, for example, absolute mandatory jobs, and make each of you can answer applying to
Shovel, especially portfolio. Try is what I think will actually have design con. So we want, if you read through portfolio, resonates with, you know, that's love a good resume, have a resume. You kind of know having a portfolio and attitude.
An email resume. That is what we have some, and then we have the creative executive assistant, or else I can get in the creative industry. Maybe you have a link to a video, you know, then you have to do anything. I've even had people, they've done a billboard up. It's just to do. And
Yeah. And if you're new, you can't populate, right? You still by this is my short. I would also add it can be about promoting your station. With your followers that you like, you get to see points. What are they like? And these things we touch content, etc. People who have their finger always follow and art, so the inspiration, you know, they're relevant. So the young people know how down is what makes life. So having an opinion, or your that, and that I still get us what you're never who then I'm going to put someone aside might enter in and support other areas, your skill sets, because you kind of pursued this be what and you share also like can vouch for you and something we all opportunity to have people speak.
Follow up with that. My is because I old milestone session or network. And times I'm not talk about I want to talk about are very interested in creative, feeling like so. My question and interviewing how to don't have experience.
Well, that I think apply interact with others. So the ability to kind of scale across out required. Tough to educate yourself. Opportunities for my business, we all about numbers. That's what I know to grow. Unless you're a heart they have these other swing and transferable skills. To have the soft skills to with others, to be a new talent.
That their ability is those types of, and sometimes they're specific project like homie. Yeah, no, about like understand like if you are, it'll be like weird with this person, or I'm not like I don't am doing things for everybody because then you oh wait, like and like I think there's so much value in like hey, like I was down. This is some of my point. and I saw what is a little bit better. Be like, came to fruit, do it more and more.
Sure. Thank you a lot on freelance stigma, our industry. We're out of just, I think a lot of people think when free, I want to touch on that.
I mean, actually, the industry freelancers and 90% unions, but they're freelancers, and we freelance a million certain style. Unless I'm just kidding, I just want to mention and maybe some of the people on the, for at least the app is, and you can go who's I mean, there's many other industry.
If anyone on the, I always want to make sure we have this and not just for anybody else. If you know other cool initiatives, something cool that you came up in the chat, but actually, so please just consider for mention question before we went.
On the entrepreneurs, you need symbiotic, beautiful girl in high school, and they don't want to go in there. When I say people who played there, I know they have disable customers, and if so, we're working in the world for we too doing is whatever you're doing, whether Mettille 5, that's amazing. Just being able to you are and what you easily see in the direction if it's.
Thank you so much. And then we're gonna launch where you'll get industry gems. It's not remiss if I didn't, but diversity without freeze creative and diverse. Explain what your initiatives reporting under the talent
company to be different from different and need a heavy stress. We seek out. That's what Apple, I should say. My same thing. Or food. And in the reality, tapestry of it's going to reflect authentically this gaming your team. So for us, because as it reflects life, and messages and who your thoughts together. It's about sneakers. So it's and it serves absolutely man.
I mean, together, I think is for me and some other people at high school. A lot of people don't necessarily apply for or get a certain aspects of totally educate more. I mean, open people want to say to everyone, for you, I'm saying they need to have the realization that was not the right way director in the industry. But through commercials outside of that, you're trying to open our and in turn to give us somebody to
and so workers came for someone that have our roles that we do top through. I think that that's their talent to see if so diversity. I don't think diverse.
And those are all very Bixel exchange, how you It's all you say the word is diversity album. It's not all a part of it. It's World Companies, female, but it's been in that important. But then women in tech were not always respected. You need a job. There was respect in music. I want to hire women, not a safe because when you add, and I need to make friends here, and
I guess I'll jump, that whole thing. Things that, I like, I crossed the board and will be okay with her and like it's not, oh, this is great and like it's like the stats the whatever it started to figure out like and like life that maybe it's like that limit the pool absolutely right? Like meetings being system to be there. Ingrained in society. Okay, what is the word thing about that you have as a member? Like you don't get paid. It's like it's kind of pay. It is at the end of the day. And the diversity it makes us feel good, but better for business. Like if we have people who come and create a product looking at how much better financial decisions is critical. Works in like our $1,000, economic, like the reasons like we can't pretend. Look, and like maybe progress and we'll be
knowledge. We're actually over. Just a couple. We'll let the panel one with the panel.